welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today, we're going to drum out homelessness, and we definitely are. And with us right now, we have Dave Costarello, known as a DC to everybody in the county. You're a musician. You are also My People on the Street coordinator. It's good to have you back, DC.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and it's good to have you back, too.
Oh.
Deb Olson, you are the coordinator, and you are also a drummer. We
Yep.
hear you out there, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what this is going to be, and we're going to have this amazing event, and we're going to really make a difference. So the event itself that we're going to talk about is on Saturday, September 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. Deb, tell us where it is.
Okay. It's in Mannheim on Oak Street. It's near the auto auction. They have miniature golf there and ice cream, all kinds of food. And it's off of 72.
This is called The Shack,
The
right?
Shack
Mhm, The
restaurant,
Shack Restaurant.
yes.
And you have a great relationship there because you've done fundraisers there before.
Exactly. This is going to be now my fourth fundraiser there. The first two were for food stock, for the food banks. And then last year we did for the Ukraine. We raised almost $1,600 for them.
Good.
And it was great. And so she reached out to me again, and it was right at the same time that I saw DC's post, and I thought, yeah, let's do it for the homeless. So I came up with this idea, and I couldn't type fast enough, and got a hold of her, and she said she liked the idea. So that's when then I reached out to DC, and
He said, yeah.
he said, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Let's
He said,
do
thank
this.
you, love.
Let's, and that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so DC, we know that you do a lot of work in the community for homelessness. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, My People on the Streets, what it does mainly over the winter from December through April, or into April, 3 nights a week I supply food, blankets, backpacks, sleeping bags, whatever needed. I go out at 9:30 and catch the people that are sleeping on the sidewalks and wherever they can find. But after everybody that will go into a shelter is already there. So that was the primary thing, and then through the year I just pay attention, whatever's needed I do, and we just started a program called My People Clean Up.
Okay.
Which is doing extremely well. I have 4 separate people in 4 separate parks that are getting a $20 donation a day to clean up the park and keep it clean, and they are doing an amazing job at keeping it clean, but watching the transformation in each individual and the responsibility and the thoughts for future and just watching them turn into the person that they used to be.
Wow.
And a little bit of hope and a little bit of, hey, I can decide what I want to eat. And it's just turning into something beautiful. And we're looking at doing some other projects and including more people
Yeah.
at the moment.
So I can make a difference in the community as well, is what they're doing too.
Right,
Yeah.
and for $20, you're changing somebody's life.
Yeah.
So that's kind of beautiful to watch. And
Absolutely. How long have you been doing this?
this is my 7th season.
Okay, your 7th season.
So 7 years.
7 years.
Fall it'll be 8.
Okay, all right. And I know, as you were saying, things grow and change as you go along. So we can always help you too, can't we? How can we help?
Help. Okay, the Winter Project, there's less shelter room available. My numbers went from 25 to 30 the year before to up past 50 by the end of this year. There's about 1,800 bags of food, but 1,800 pairs of socks.
Wow, okay.
There's a pair of socks in every bag, and they were so important to get somebody through the winter. So socks, any time of the year, I'll store them.
Okay.
That's great. And right now we need $20 bills to donate to my cleaners.
Okay.
And you can do that on our page through a PayPal.
Okay, that's good.
But things like this are just such a bonus and allow this to happen. You know, everything's great when it starts, but come February, when everybody's done everything and it's not so cute, then
Yeah.
Then I'm borrowing money to keep this going. and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Come about this time of year, I get it paid off.
Yeah, okay. Well, it is 365 days, and you have the weather element that changes things around too. But what's great about this, it's going to be donations only. Is that right, Deb?
Correct. Donations only. You come. This is a nice community event, and I can't thank Tammi and Jere for helping too. They're going to be our leaders for the drum circle, and they'll explain how that's done. But I wanted this to be for all ages, you know, and make this big community circle and have the rhythm of the drums and everything, and just bring people in and maybe set up a table that we have the donations, and then they can give money or the socks or whatever that that's needed, and then we'll have I want to give a shout out to the sponsors as well,
absolutely,
because Drums Etc. will be there. They're going to set up a table, and if anybody wants, you know, to buy shakers or whatever, they're going to set up some stuff there, and then whatever proceeds they make, they're going to give. And also the shack, whatever proceeds they make will be a 10% she gives back to.
That's great.
Wow.
Right, so
To
the
that.
additional 10%
Yeah.
from the Shack restaurant.
From the Shack restaurant.
So come eat,
come
enjoy.
eat,
yes.
enjoy, drum, have fun, you know, and
Even play golf beforehand.
play.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. There's
and there's
miniature
mini
golf,
golf.
too.
Right.
Right, there's
So
miniature golf,
it's
too.
going to be a fun thing. So it's just thanks to everybody who I reached out to, and you know, it's going to help. So
Yeah. Well, it's great this is all tied in with music, too.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I look at the two of you, and, you know, you're both musicians, and
Yeah.
it makes sense that we have an event that's fun, but it's really for a good cause, too.
right.
Yeah, really for a good
Oh
cause.
yeah, you need to have fun when you're going through this, or whatever.
Absolutely.
Even the homeless people love to enjoy life. And once we get a little more space for them, I'd love to bring drum circles into their lives. A couple hours where they don't have to feel homeless,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's some pain.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
what a healing event a drum circle is.
It absolutely
Yeah.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know, DC, you and I have talked about the homelessness in the area before, and I think you help paint a real picture of what it's like and who this may happen to. Tell us a little bit more.
Oh, it can happen to anybody and everybody. I was just downtown talking with someone. Actually, somebody was interviewing me from the United Way about the program. And I was introducing to some of my people that are working,
Yes.
cleaning. Then another guy came up and we were talking, and he turned out to be the son of two people I went to school with.
Okay.
And, you know,
Yeah.
till he gets his ID, he can't get a job
Right.
and there's no place that he can afford at $150 a week. I mean, it's everybody. It's
Right.
It's 70-year-old people. It's 18-year-old people. It's people that are working. But it's not set up to respect people as people. It's sort of dehumanizing. I don't want to get negative here at all. But if you treat people like animals, you're going to train them to act like animals. If you treat them as the people they are, they're going to rise to the
Yeah.
occasion, and that's
Yeah. And that's what your program is about, too.
for sure.
It's absolutely about, it's about helping to empower people,
Yeah,
giving them respect.
and honestly, for the last 4 years, I've been trying to change the people in charge of them, trying to get them to do this a better way. And for some reason, they can't turn this into a human level of relationship. So now I'm just raising the people up one at a time at $20. I should
That's
have
huge.
been working on the people in the first place instead of the people in charge, because it is so frustrating. And after 4 years,
Yeah.
everything's about the same or worse than
Yeah.
it was.
Well, it's huge what you're doing, and it is making a difference.
So thank you.
Yeah, so we can do that. So let's social media, so everybody knows where to find you guys. Tell us where you are.
Dave Costarella, Facebook.
Yep.
What else? DC and Company.
Yep.
www.dcandcompany. And that's about it.
What about you, Deb? Where do we find you?
Well, I guess be on my Facebook page. I'll be promoting this.
Deb Olson,
Deb
right?
Olson, yeah. And then my band Steel Radiance has been doing this the past couple of years. But in lieu of our band, I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So I would just say on my page, Deb Olson's page, I'll be.
Okay.
If you can reach out.
Yeah, and if you go
and then
to
my phone number too.
Yeah, if you go to
also.
My People on the Street, you go to dcandcompany.net and then /street project.
Right.
.htm. Okay.
Right.
All right, we are going to take a brief pause. We're going to bring Jere and Tammi here. We're going to find out more about the drum circle. Stay with us.
You're watching Lancaster Community TV, LCTV 66.
Welcome back to Behind the Lines, and we're talking about drumming out homelessness, and it's an event that we're doing on Saturday, September 16th, 6 till 8 p.m., and it's at the Shack Restaurant, and it's going to be a good time. And I see you brought all of your toys, well, some of your toys along. We have Jere Groff, you're with Guitar Center, you're an instructor, right, Jere?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Thank
All right,
you.
Jere. And then Tammi Hessen, Bumbada,
Yes.
women drummers, you're an instructor.
Yes.
All right, first of all, this is going to be a drum circle. So for people that haven't experienced that, what really is a drum circle?
You really never know what's going to happen, but it's about playing music together, whatever
Okay.
you have.
Sense,
Bring
it's
what
a
you can.
sense of community, too,
Okay.
and people just gathering together to express themselves with music.
Okay, and it's something you bang on.
You bang on.
We hope so,
you can
sure.
bang together.
That's the drum part, right?
Right.
Okay, all right, so it's all kinds of things. So Jere, what do you have?
I just have a portable conga with me here today.
Okay.
It's lightweight, easy to carry, has a nice range of sounds. Doesn't have to be overly loud to join in. It's really not the idea to be like crazy loud, but
Okay,
Right.
when we all play, like in concert, we try to blend together.
okay, all right. So we've got to figure out and explain how you're actually going to do this, Tammi. How is this going to work that night?
Well, it's drumming together is like having a conversation.
Okay.
But it's a repeated pattern. So one person will start, and then another person joins, and the object is to play together and to complement each other. And eventually it creates a whole new sound that's going on. It's almost like a composition in that moment that once it's finished, it's never going to be again.
You never
But
repeat it.
and it always is different
Yeah.
instruments and people and the time of the day, and it's wonderful.
And there's
It's
the
a
call
lot
and
of fun.
response as well. When one
Right.
person would play someone and one person would echo them back, so there's like a group conversation regards to that. I think that's a lot of fun to
That
do
is a
also.
lot of fun.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And what we're talking about for this particular event, it's for all ages.
That's
too,
great.
right?
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you're toddler or you're way up in your years.
As long as you
Doesn't
can
matter.
reach it and play it.
And play
that's
it.
Right,
what
or
we'd like to
shake
have
it,
you do,
or
sure.
right, and we'll be having some instruments. We'll both probably bring out some instruments that we
Okay.
own in our house too. So,
Oh, that's good. Well, at this event, too, we want to make sure people know to not forget to bring their chair, something to sit on, and
Deb would be unhappy.
yeah, Deb would not be real thrilled with that. Yeah, and Pulse Dance Studio is also doing something really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, bringing some buckets that, and largely for kids and maybe others as well, that can sit on and also play. So we thank
Right, that's
Pulse
great.
Dance Studio for bringing that along.
Fantastic.
So can people bring along their own instruments?
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Okay.
even a jar of pennies, maybe.
right, you could bring along anything that makes a sound.
All
really.
right.
I've even seen people bring a paper bag and make a crunchy sound, and that adds to the drum circle.
And
So
you had mentioned even a plastic water bottle. You
plastic
can
water
make-
bottle, put some corn in there, and we'll have things like that too.
Yeah.
Since it's for kids, maybe we'll bring some water bottles, and kids can decorate little shakers, and they can
That
take them
sounds
home with
great.
them.
Yeah, I think you being a part of this really means a lot to everyone too. How do you feel about being a part of this?
I'm so honored that I was asked.
Well, as soon as Deb said this is for DC,
Yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course, right?
of course I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we can make a difference. And this is for donations. And then, of course, 10% of the sales at the restaurant, at the Shack, also will be coming back as well. I've got to know more about Bombada women drummers. Tell me about that.
We play West African hand drums and other instruments, and it's a group of women. We rehearse. We have set music that is based in a lot of the West African traditional music,
Excellent.
but we add our own zesty flair to it.
Okay.
So I also teach at Franklin and Marshall College. They have a drumming ensemble, which is all West African drums as well. So
Okay.
and so it's fun. I teach in the community, and we do drum circles and have people join. It's fantastic and really fun.
How long have you been doing this, Tammi?
I've been studying this type of drumming probably almost 20 years now,
Okay.
and doing circles probably maybe 18 years.
Yeah.
So,
I know I've seen you and experienced what you've done at different events as well. So
Correct.
you're open to doing things a lot like this and all different types
Yes,
of things,
it's-
correct?
right. It's
Yeah.
all about giving back, fundraisers, but also it's about a self journey. I'm also a therapist, and so it's about a journey of yourself when you start to play music and play drums, I think.
Well, and that's where the therapy with this comes into in
Right.
every way, shape, and form, right, Jere?
It almost sneaks up on you. You don't even know it's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
And it does,
And
so
it
that's
does,
what makes
right?
it fun.
Right.
Yeah. And you've been an instructor for a while.
Oh, do I have to really tell you how many years?
Forever?
Yeah. Can we just say it's been a long time?
Okay. And, your experience in the community, people know you as well for what you do.
Oh, interestingly enough, I got interested in hand drums, like playing at carnivals and having young people come up to me and ask me what that is. And it just kind of, got me so interested. I had to go out and find out all I could about it. But unlike Tammi, I like the Cuban aspect
Okay.
of hand
All right.
drumming.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
So they take West African music, kind of floated over to Cuba,
Right?
and then they kind of turned it into their own version thereof.
Right.
And that's what interests me the most.
Okay.
Because you can hear Cuban drumming in blues, rock,
Absolutely.
Irish music, funk, reggae. So it really is kind of also a universal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I asked you what do you instruct, your response was?
Anything you can play with your hands or your sticks.
Okay.
So, even like the baron from Ireland, I just love frame drums like that.
Okay. All right. So you will be a part of this. Is going to be huge. It's 2 hours from 2 until 8. And there is a rain date. If it rains, it will be on Sunday the next day. Tammi, this fundraiser for homelessness is so important because we as a community have to be a part in the solution.
Absolutely.
So tell me what your take is on how this is going to help.
Well, I trust what DC is doing out there.
Yep,
He's
I do
doing
too.
amazing work, and
Yep.
I think everything that happens needs support and energy. So it's a way of joining in something that's already happening, and it's an amazing cause. And there are lots of agencies doing work, but I don't hear of people going out there and talking individually and handing people blankets and doing the on the streets work. And
Yeah.
I really like that because there's a lot of people who they don't connect with those agencies or other larger sources, and he's in there doing the work, the personal work. So that's fantastic.
It's
And
a
I
very
love
real
that.
relationship, and that's what it
Yes.
is. There's a real connection with the community that DC has, and it's making a difference.
Yes.
Jared, do you have a thought?
I do. Well, I follow Dave. I've known him since high school. So
Okay, all right.
I follow him on Facebook,
Yeah.
and he's like the point guard for all things that are good.
Uh-huh.
Someone just willing to make a change, and if I can volunteer my time, my talent
Yep,
to raise money for him, I'd like to do that as often as I could.
yep. Well, it is a good cause, and it's going to be a great time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. So we have the information up on the screen where you can find out more information about it. Let's hear something.
How about a
We-
little
Yeah. What do you
walk
want
the
to do?
fat dog?
essentially we can use anything.
Anything.
And that's what makes it fun. When you can come and you can express yourself and have a good time with this. So we really encourage you to join us on Saturday, September 16th at the Shack Restaurant. It's all for a great cause, donations, and then whatever you eat, 10% of that gets sent back to make a difference with homelessness down in our community. Thank you, Terry.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Jere. And of course, thank you, DC. And also thank you, Deb. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, too. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, reminding you to look behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.